You're swimming upstream for the first 2-3 years. Someone I used to work with said getting started in commercial real estate was like pushing a giant boulder up a mountain.
What's the next most important thing to capture that business?
Well, you've got to get listings, because listings bring the people in. That's how you're going to meet 90% of your clients at the end of the day, by having listings. People will contact you, they'll call you, they'll email you. Hi, I'm interested in your building you have for sale at XYZ Street. And then you contact the person, and it's a friendly call. They're reaching out to you, so they want to work with you, and you develop a relationship with them. And then maybe 5 years later or 2 years later, they want to sell property. They'll remember that you're a professional and you know what you do. And obviously someone else gave you a listing. You must be halfway decent at what you do. But the broker that just cold calls somebody, the other person that answers, they have no idea who this person is. They don't know if they're decent, competent, honest, et cetera. They've no idea. So it's a challenge, but that's how you got to get your start. You got to pick up that phone and just call people. So it's a challenging business getting started, and commercial real estate sales is one of the most difficult things to do, because you're swimming upstream for the first 2-3 years. Someone I used to work with said getting started in commercial real estate was like pushing a giant boulder up a mountain.
Yeah, I can attest to that. I remember at Marcus Millichap when I first started in 2006, it was the first 5 years, or the first 2 years was the hardest, right?
Oh, yeah.
And I remember one of my mentors, one of my guys in the office, he goes, Brett, the moment you start to know more about their property, the person you're calling, right, and or properties next door, to add value to them, is the moment you start adding value. And I was like, that makes sense. Like if I'm calling somebody and they already know all that stuff, and then you're just wasting their time. But the moment you tell them something new, or something that's creative, or something that's going to help them move their business plan forward or solve their challenge, that's the moment you start adding value. And when you do that, they're going to want to meet with you. And when you meet with them, you can build a relationship, and then you can hopefully win the listing when that comes up. Is that a fair summary, Brent?
You have to have something of value, whether it's knowledge about what's going on in the economy, knowledge about what's going on with the rental market and the business, or, something else of value. You've got a lender who's got an amazing loan program for refinances. You've got a great building for sale, and everyone wants to buy it, and you might be able to help this guy get a great deal on it. If you're not adding value to somebody, why would they work with you when there's so many other brokers out there that do the same exact thing and probably have more experience than you? So you've got to find something to offer. Yeah, I used to have brokers that were younger do rent surveys. They'd find out what every building in the area was, asking for their vacant one bedrooms, and they'd call the owners and just say, hey, we've got a survey of all the buildings up and down the block, what they're for. That was pretty useful about 20 years ago. Now with the advent of apartments for rent on the internet, people don't need that anymore. They can just go on the internet to find out what the next door neighbor is asking for a one bedroom. So you have to find something else, something better. And that's the key to this business, is finding something that will add value to people's business.